it, believe it, become it. We're back. The third episode of The Fight is Right.
Come on down.
You see it, we're back. I mean, the people have been requesting, they're saying, listen,
Where's the show?
We want that show
Where's the
now,
show?
ASAP, Rocky. So,
Let's big up Tunde's latest sponsor, Cocoa Butter.
this is shiny! This guy.
It's God's shine. It's God's shine.
Clean heart, clean skin. You see the thing. Got me like box in my face.
No, your face is tough. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, can we be serious?
All right, you've got to be serious.
Okay, we have an action-packed show for you, ladies and gentlemen. On today's show, we're going to discuss, obviously, Derek Delboy Chisora.
Yeah, against David Price. That's going to be an excellent fight on the weekend.
Yes. Also, maybe the fight of the night. Josh Taylor versus Regis Progress. That's going to be...
I'm looking forward to that fight. You know what I mean? Two fundamentally sound southpaws. Great fight. Wicked fight. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Then we're going to touch on the heavyweight introduction by Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, you know what? Chaz Witherspoon, that's a, you know what I mean? It was a good, we're talking depth on that.
I know you got some...
Yeah, I've got some things. I'm holding it in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I've got something to speak about that.
And then we're going to obviously do, which has become very famous already, the fantasy fights.
Yeah. And the main one is on the fantasy fights has to be Babatunde Ajayi.
Why did you go there?
What are you talking about? I have to go there, seriously, because like they want Tunde. Yeah, I mean, you and Umar from IFL have like been going back and forth, and not even going back and forth. You blocked him on. Yeah, you did. You blocked him. You blocked him on. And why is people getting so crazy about this blocking? But you blocked the young man.
Yes.
Right. And I quite like Umar. Right.
I like him as well.
Right. Exactly. But you blocked him. Why did you block him?
Well, listen. For those of you that don't know, everyone should know that's on my page. My page is strictly 100% no negativity. Not that you can call this situation negative, but no bad vibes. Any errors will not be tolerated.
So what was the error that the young man came up with?
The error is a 22-year-old boy called Grown Men 22, hold on, yeah, 22, called Grown Men Spencer Fearon and Babatunde Ajayi, boys.
Right.
I ain't no boy.
But wasn't it also to the fact of the correction?
Yes, I was correcting him.
No, was it also to the fact of the correction? Because like, I think it was, we spoke about a fight, and when you sometimes when you know too much, sometimes you forget stuff.
Listen, but that's my point.
Right.
That's my point. He went for his reference to a computer. We were using recollection through experience, full. And in cases like this, human error.
All right, but I'm not even worried about that. But don't you think, me playing, you mean God's advocate here? Don't you think that you kind of made a
overreaction?
Mountain out of a molehill?
No.
Why not?
Because I warned him. This is what I'm trying to say. Someone was saying the same thing via Twitter, and I was like, no, you don't know the history. I've warned Umar.
What did you warn him on, son?
I warned him.
Come on, brother, Tunde.
Be careful.
Careful of what?
Be careful how you speak to your elders.
So what derogatory things do you believe that he said in the past?
The Russia thing is between me and Umar. I'm not going to go into that, but I spoke to him because I told him that you, Umar, can never interview me again. The only person after Russia, the move what he done in Russia, I said, after Russia, the only person that can interview Tunde Ajayi from the IFL TV platform is my good friend, long-time mate, Kugan Cassius. And he was upset about that. And at the open workout, I saw him and he said, Tunde, you know, I didn't even mean it like that. I said, you know what? Say nothing. Sorry, a bit of road talk coming out there. Say nothing. Don't worry about it. Let's move on. He was trying to explain. I said, sunshine? I said, let's move on. I've forgotten it. You've apologized, boom. And so to see the way he spoke, and as Kugan Cassius said, it didn't mean nothing by it. But yes, he may not have mean nothing. But as the good book says, spare the rod.
Spoil the child.
You have to correct these youngsters. If they make an error, listen, and I'm saying this because many of you always say he's too young, he's too young. 22 years old is not young. I was looking after myself from 7 years old. The police come to my house and said to my dad,
Wow, what did you do?
I wasn't doing anything. I was just at home, alone. And the police said to my dad, you can't leave a young boy this age on his own. And my dad said, we'll take him then.
So you grew up in care then?
No, so the responsibility, the point I'm making is 22 is not young. And even if it is young, as some have said, then when you're corrected, you shouldn't go and make a same. You don't call grown men the one and only Spencer Fearon a boy. You wouldn't call your employer, Kugan Cassius, a boy. You wouldn't call the great Frank Warren a boy. You wouldn't call Eddie Hearn a boy. So what makes you dare think you can call Tunde Ajayi and Spencer the impertinence of the whole thing? So that's it. Of course I'm going to unblock him. Of course I'm going to let him explain himself. But I can guarantee you one thing, Spencer. He won't do it again. He won't do it again. He will think twice. And this is what correction does. It allows you to think about what you're saying. Don't just open your mouth. Think about it.
Okay, I'm going to say again. But you also blocked the other kid from IFL. I like Oscar. Oscar's my guy. I like Oscar a lot.
No.
But no, seriously, I do. I like Oscar. No, Oscar, you're my guy. I like Oscar a lot. I like, seriously, I like Umar as well. You know what I mean? They're nice young men.
When Floyd Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya, he was upset because Floyd was on the right side of the poster.
Oh, so is that what it was? So
in disrespect, he put Umar. He put Umar's.
Wait a minute. Disrespect, you know?
Disrespect.
Disrespect.
He put Umar's face on the top of the poster, and me, the master genius, Tunde Ajayi, he put me at the bottom of the poster. Put Umar's name first and my name second. No respect.
No, he's taking liberties.
He's taking liberties. So guess what? Oscar, you're blocked as well, Sunshine. You as well. You have to learn to respect your elders. All the youngsters, learn to respect your elders. It doesn't cost nothing. It will keep you in good fashion for every experience in life. When you're polite, when you're respectful, you've already got the job. You've already got the job. Because manners and respect cost nothing.
Yeah, and as my late father used to say, manners and respect take you all around the world.
Of course.
Right? And that's the God's honest truth. And I said, Dad, I'm all right.
And hold on, the youngsters have got to be told that.
Yeah, because they don't know no more.
That's why you get on a bus today, a pregnant woman will come on the bus, and a young boy won't even give up their seat for the woman.
John, I had this conversation just yesterday with a girl from GMT.
What is that?
Yeah,
what is that?
I know.
And that's what I'm trying to say. You have to teach these young people respect. You can't let everything keep on slipping and sliding and thinking they know. Because guess what? Their environment, they're just going to do the same thing. So yeah, it may be I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but let me tell you something. He won't do it again. The fact that I've made this point and this stance to show you that don't think because you work for IFL TV, I'm Tunde Ajayi, I'll block you. I don't care about none of that. Because I deal with respect. If Kugan was disrespecting me, I'd block him. Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, not Frank, because you know Frank's old school. Frank ain't on that social media thing. But don't be disrespectful, because I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not addressing you. When he reaches our age, not that we're that old, let me see how you feel. Even that. Go and call your dad a boy. See what happened. Whoa, you ain't calling no Nigerian dad, oh boy. I tell you that for
Nah,
free.
you're finished.
Your face.
What have you said? What have you said?
You live in Nigeria. Your face will be in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, son. In Jamaica.
So that's how it goes. I'm just correcting the young man. And yeah, I know Umar is a hard worker, grafter.
He's a grafter.
He was one of, if not the only person who was brave enough to come out to Russia. Everyone else is, bro, I'm not even going to Russia because it's mad. But as I told everyone, it's not mad. And he's a good worker, very good employee, but you have to learn some respect. Don't let that's what I told Coogan, you're paying them too much. Yeah. Back in our day, you have YTS.
Yeah, for real.
YTS.
For real.
YTS.
After you finish your BTEC.
After you finish your BTEC apprenticeship, you get paid little money, so you learn the job. You respect those in authority. You don't just come up and start calling employers boys. Disrespect.
An instant block.
Instant blockage.
Yeah, for real.
Come on, so that's my point.
You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on with the show. Derek Chisora versus David Price, which is a really, really good fight. If the fight happened 7 years ago,
yes,
right? The fight's happening today.
Yes.
David Price is coming off of a very good win tactically because he boxed very, very good against Dave Allen.
Yes,
right. And I give him and that's his longest fight that he's had a winning because David Price beat Dave Allen in the 10th round where he retired. He didn't come off his stool.
Yes.
That was a great win. And then Derek Chisora coming off a really, really good win against Spilka. That was a very, very impressive win by Derek Chisora. It was. He just give it to Spilka like
so come on, who's going to win? That's why the problem. All the long talking, just tell me who's going to win.
I got Derek Chisora because Derek Chisora's got a sound chin. And even though he got knocked out badly by Dylan White, that was a ridiculous left hook, right?
Yes, it was.
But he was actually winning the fight.
Yes.
And I think when it comes to pressure, depending if Derek's head's right, but I think that Derek is the more mentally stronger of the two. And that's no disrespect to David Price. I like David Price a lot. I think he's a very, very.
Can I just say something? When people talk about this mental strength, how do you like assess that?
I reckon you assess it on the fights that fighters have been in and how they've behaved like before the fight. If you was to analyze how Derek Chisora handles the pressure of fights prior to fights, how he goes into fights, and there's always been that thing of like the mental girth or stability of David Price. We've seen him fights, and like I've spoken to trainers, I don't want to call that but I know guys that have trained David Price in the past and saying, well, it's down to his mindset. I remember when he what was the fight? The fight that the Tony Thompson.
Yes.
Right? And I think he got broken by Tony Thompson.
Yes.
And then since then it's been irreparable damage that's gone on because I think it's mental to do with David Price. Because anyhow I could punch like David Price,
yes,
I don't care if I could take a shot or not. I'm saying I'm gonna clap you out before you clap me out. And that's what I'll be working on. I'll be working on straight 1-2s down the line. I think with Derek Chisora, we've seen Derek Chisora likes to throw bolo shots.
Yes.
Right? And against a taller man, that's a key shot, that cricket punch shot, where he kind of throws it over, and Derek likes to throw that shot.
Yeah, Derek's perfected that shot over the years.
He has. And and it's powerful pressure. But on the next thing, this most probably, after Klitschko, is the hardest puncher that Derek Chisora has been in with, like single shot puncher.
Oh yeah?
I reckon it would. David Price is a ridiculous puncher, man.
Okay.
Ridiculous puncher.
Well, I mean, and I don't disagree with you on the outcome of the fight. But the reason why I asked you about mental strength and how do you assess that, David Price, I think he won the British title in his 11th fight. Mm-hmm. I remember that against what's his name, the John. The big boy. I don't want to say fat. McDermott. Yeah. He won a British title. But you alluded to Tony Thompson.
Yeah.
That was his first loss. Tony Thompson, yes. And also he lost against Taper.
Yeah.
Taper?
Yeah.
Erkan Taper. Yeah. Those were his 2 losses.
Yeah. But then
now,
the Taper fight, remember he was on some juice.
But this is the point I'm making. Both Tony Thompson and Tipa were found guilty of used substance. What is it? Anabolic substance. Anabolic. I got that word from you from Rocky. You understand? So isn't he mentally tough to come back from that? Isn't he mentally tough to have to know in your heart that you was unbeaten and a drugs cheat come and gave you your first defeat, which is always the hardest because you're riding high. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that the result.
I agree
so
with that.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Tipa, a drugs cheat. David Price is a warrior because this is a mental warrior. He's come back from this. I don't overlook these things because I know boxing. You've known me, Spence. I've said it for so many years. Boxing is 99% mental.
100%.
And to me, Tunde Ajayi, David Price, I hope you're listening, is a warrior because he's come back.
No, I'm not
and
taking
that
the fact
is
that he's not a
mental
warrior.
strength.
Yeah.
So I don't feel the men. I think they're both mentally tough. Where I agree with you on the result of the fight, remember David Price is an Olympian.
Yeah, won a bronze medal.
Bronze medal. So all this talk about he ain't mentally tough, bruv. You don't buy Olympic medals in a corner shop. You have to do something. Your brain has to be mentally strong to deal with the competition and the build-up and what have you. So anyway, let's get past that. I'm just saying that I don't think people should go around calling David Price mentally weak because I ain't seen no one else do what he's done. You understand?
Yeah.
And rebuild it. 36-year-old man.
36.
36-year-old man come back. Also, he's on a winning run.
He's on a good winning run.
Tom Little, Cash Ali,
Cash Ali was
Dave Allen.
Dave Allen, but
Is that the brother who
Cash
bite him?
Ali was buy him.
The brother bite him.
Cash Ali will buy him.
Nah, you should've-
And the thing about it is, it wasn't even Ramadan, so not like you was hungry. Right, why did you buy him? I was hungry, bro. I was hungry.
You shouldn't have done that. That was wrong. You don't bite man in a boxing match. That's wrong. Anyway, I'm sure the brother knew why he done that and he's very remorseful.
It was hungry, bro.
And Dave Allen. So that's 3 winning winning streak. The
But
only
he
reason.
did impress me in the Dave Allen fight.
Okay, yeah.
Come on.
He came to our gym.
He boxed.
I saw him. I
very good in that
saw.
fight.
Yeah, obviously, I don't really look too much on fighters that I don't train, but he was in our gym. I think a day or 2 before, and I clocked what they was working on. I see the movement. I see the little shoulder rolls. I said, yeah, you know, they know what they're going in there with a game plan. So all credit to him for winning that fight. The only reason why I think the fight favors Derek is because of the quality of opponent Derek has beaten. The way that he knocked out Spilker is serious.
Yeah, it's serious, bro.
Look at Derek's losses. They ain't against joke people. Tyson Fury twice. Robert Helenius.
That was a robbery.
I was there in the corner.
That was a robbery.
I was there in the corner with Derek and Don for Helenius. He won that fight in our eyes and a lot of people's eyes. And then Klitschko, where he put up a valiant performance against Vitaly Klitschko.
But the Pulev fight, come on, man.
So I didn't watch that fight actually.
He didn't.
Did he win that?
Fight. He lost that fight.
So, but look at the names.
Yeah.
Klitschko, Pulev, Takam. The Takam knockout.
Yeah, no. Now what?
Come on,
You
man.
have to salute that. You have to
The
salute
Takam
you have
Derek
to
is
salute that. knockout.
Derek to me is like a little son. You understand? Whoa. I don't know, maybe the sun bit's a bit too. But Derek.
You've gone too far.
Yeah, I've gone too far now.
But
But Derek, I love Derek because he wears his heart on his sleeve and he talks the thing. But you can't compare Spilker to Dave Allen. You can't compare Takam to Cash Ali. You can't compare Klitschko to Tom Little.
No.
And because of that, I have to favour Derek Chisora. Might be by KO.
Yeah, I think that's the way that he's going to win. I don't think this fight's going to go points.
And that's another thing. Sorry, Dave, I'm just talking facts. You know I'm not no hater. I've already bigged you up saying that you're a mentally strong guy. But all of his losses have come by stoppage.
All of them. And the thing about it is this, like all of his, he ain't gone into those late rounds.
That's true. I think the longest he's ever been.
It's 10 rounds when he boxed.
Dave Allen.
Dave Allen.
Yeah.
But then also.
But isn't that because he's now got that mental side? If he was lacking any mental deficiency?
I think like he's boxing within himself. He boxed very, very well against Dave Allen.
Yes.
But Dave Allen's not in the class to do it, Chisora.
No way, Jose.
Right. And I think Dave Allen was trying for the overhand, right? But it didn't work. But then, you know what I mean? Dave Allen's, it's a different kettle of fish going in with Dave. Right, because end of the day, Derek Chisora is still world class.
And very fit.
And especially now as well. And it's like he's getting a new lease of life.
Yes.
And it seems, seemingly to me, it seems like he's enjoying it now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It seems like he's enjoying it.
Well, not according to the press conference.
Yeah, no, but even that, he enjoys that as well.
That's true.
You know what I mean? He does. He enjoys that as well.
That's
and
true.
I've got Derek, because he gauges fights good as well. He knows when to put it on you. I've got Derek round 8 or 9 stoppage. Right? That's how I'm seeing it.
If I'm asked to give a prediction on the fight, that fight ain't going 6 rounds.
Okay, cool.
That's just my opinion. And who knows? It could go the other way.
It could do.
David Price could go out there
and clap out Derek.
Yeah, because
with that right hand.
Because David Price is a tremendous puncher, you know, and maybe at this age of his life, he's now found a balance with the body and the mind. It's going to be a good fight. You know, I remember David and Derek sparred. They were sparring. I think David helped Derek in preparation for Klitschko. So they know each other. And you know how it is when you're in there with a guy that you know well, a sparring partner, it's different because sometimes the guy, I remember Junior McDonald, Junior McDonald and Tommy Eastwood. In our eyes, Junior was always dominating Tommy Eastwood in sparring. But I remember when they did fight and Tommy stopped Junior, he said to me, this is what Tommy, and I want you to know this, why, another reason why I don't read too much into sparring. He said to me, he knew years ago that he could beat Junior in sparring. He said, one day I hit him with a shot and I saw the way he reacted. But yet, we felt Junior was dominating. So sparring, that don't mean much.
It don't mean much.
Because there ain't no lights and no thousands of people screaming in a gym. So I'm looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, big fight.
Moving on swiftly.
Josh Taylor.
Or
Rigas Prograis.
JT.
Right. Progress is, I like Progress, you know. But I like Josh Taylor. I think there's something special about Josh Taylor. And I also think there's something very, very special about Regis, because Regis is he's a very good fighter. He's cute. He's a cute fighter.
It also looks like he can punch because 24 fights, 20 KOs.
Knockouts, right. But he's not a one-punch knockout guy.
Okay.
Right, he's not. But he can wing him in, and he can box neat, and he does cute things. And because he's a southpaw, I know I watch a lot of Pernell Whitaker, but he also does little shuffles with his feet that is very reminiscent of 50 fights. 50 fights will do that little shuffle.
Yes.
Georgie Benton, even though Georgie Benton was up in the 60s, Georgie Benton would do this little shuffle with his feet as well, and he does that with his shots. But Pernell Whitaker does it out. Pernell Whitaker will hold his hands up and he'll shuffle the feet, and as he shuffle the feet, he'll throw that left hand. He does that a lot.
We got to do, you know what we got to do? We got to do the fight breakdown.
Yeah, come when you're ready.
We got to do that. You know when we stand together and we do that. That's coming. That's coming. The fight.
Don't try to hit me hard with these big rocky arms, yeah?
God, yeah, so
my youngers will come for you.
Go on, Spencer,
yeah.
come on.
So, I rate Progress a lot. And I also like, if you watch The Gloves Are Off, which is on Sky.
Yes.
When he sat down, Johnny Nelson, they had the two of them in there. The one that looked like kind of jarred by it all, even though I'm not reading too much, but the one that looked jarred by it was actually Josh Taylor.
Is that right?
Yeah, he did. He looked jarred. But you know what? Josh Taylor, he's like that all the time because he was jarred when he was up against O'Hara Davis. Yes. He gets jarred over these kind of things, but the beatdown that he put on O'Hara Davis and made O'Hara quit. He made him quit. Not just beat him up, he made him quit. So he administered so much of a beating on a man who was unbeaten at the time that he made a man question his own desires as a human being, as a man, and made him quit. Right? O'Hara could have got up then.
I didn't watch that fight.
Yeah, I watched it. And y'all boxed on the same.
That's why I didn't watch it.
That's why you didn't watch it.
We boxed on the same night. Yeah.
But with I'm telling you, Progress. Let me just tell you this now, right? I see when he knocked out Ndongo.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Right.
That's a good victory.
It was a very good victory. But Ndongo was just coming off of the back of getting knocked out in 3 rounds by Terence Crawford,
yes.
who is pound for pound arguably #1 best fighter in the whole world.
Yes, he
So-
beat, but Progress beat Flanagan.
Yeah, he beat Flanagan.
Yes.
Right, he beat Flanagan. That was for the WBC Diamond Belt.
Okay.
Right, he beat Flanagan. That was, and you know what? And I rate Flanagan. But Flanagan moved up in weight, and it just worked for Terry at the time because Progress he does his thing.
Yes.
he does his thing, and he guts it out as well.
I met Regis and his team. I think Tony Fort. Yeah, Tony Fort is his marketing guy.
Yeah.
We had a good conversation, and his strength and conditioner. And I was telling them, like, first day I met Regis, I felt a good energy, a very calm energy from the brother. He seems very relaxed.
He does.
He seems very relaxed.
He's gonna have to be.
That usually is a good sign.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be.
He's very
I rate
relaxed.
Josh Taylor. You know?
No. But you know me. Yeah. Remember, I didn't watch the fight, but I said, my friend Stevie Watts. You know me. We can say who we want. We don't need to hide who we're talking about. We could call a man's name.
Yeah, big up Stevie Watts.
Big up Stevie Watts.
Danny's brother, really.
Yeah, Danny died recently.
I mean,
God rest his soul. Danny
Paradise,
Watts. Also a boxer. I think Danny was ABA champion.
Yeah, he was down at Lim with us, then he went to the Repton. So I know Danny really well, man.
Yeah, God rest his soul. Yeah, I remember Steve phoned me, because Steve's always phoned me, because Steve's like a mushroom, secret mushroom. Him and Eddie, and they know each other. So he's always trying to pick my brains, but I'm like, bro, it ain't gonna work. But Steve phoned me when O'Hara was fighting, and he said, O'Hara's gonna lose that fight. I said, no, he ain't, brother. He ain't losing that fight. He said, I'm telling you, I said, listen, any man that can test O'Hara, and I still feel this about O'Hara today, because I love that brother. He said he's gonna beat him. I said, no way. O ain't gonna take a fight. You understand? So when I heard he beat O'Hara, I said, this guy must be good. Because I train O'Hara, everyone knows I train O'Hara. O'Hara turned pro with me. O'Hara was doing magical things when he was with me, stopping world champions in sparring, sparring Sean Porter. Listen,
Right. So who you got for this fight?
So no, I've got to touch on this.
Touch on the time.
So when Josh Taylor beat him, I said he must be a good fighter.
Yeah, good fighter.
So I had a look at him. He beat Victor Postol.
Victor Postol was great win. And floored him as well.
And you understand?
Yeah.
And Postol fought Crawford.
Yep. And lost some points.
And Josh fought him, 12 fights in or 13 fights in or something like that?
Yeah. Very early.
And he just beat the Russian boy, Barachenko.
Barachenko ain't no joke, you know.
This guy was good. So that's why, again, I look at the levels of opponents who, even though Josh has had less fights than we just, I think, 15 fights, Josh has got 12 KOs.
Yeah, 15.
So, but look at the quality of opposition.
All right, so who you got?
Man. This is going to be a good fight.
Right.
Because Regis is confident. I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a draw.
Sitting on the fence. You got split decision in your bottom.
Yeah, split decision, yeah. Yeah. You?
I'm going to slightly favour Josh Taylor to pull this one off. Because the fight's here as well.
Yes.
And even though he's a Scottish kid, but he's still more home ground than Regis.
But they came early. And he's very serious. He shows his intention.
Yeah. Well, it's a big fight. It's a big fight.
This is
definitely
the both
trophy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a very, very big fight.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good fight. Because I'm watching there's certain times Progress, he wings in the left hand to your body and he wings it over as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But boy, I'm gonna stick my original thoughts. Yes. Right? And I like
this is a first. Right, you know when Spencer is know it's a serious fight.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna go for Taylor because originally when the fight was made, I was going for Taylor. I think if he can use his size, his height, because he's a taller guy, I'm gonna go for him maybe late stoppage.
Might not have nothing to do with the fight, but I'm an energies man.
Yeah.
And I remember the British Boxing Board of Control Awards.
Yeah.
You know when someone special walks into a room, you look, you don't even know that you can feel something.
All right.
I remember me, Dylan White and Anthony Yard was taking a picture and I looked up and I see Josh Taylor looking at me. He might not have been looking at me, but I looked in his eyes. And the reason why I looked, because I felt the energy.
Right. I'm going for it, man. I'm just going to go for it.
See,
He's the IBF champion.
see Josh,
Right,
I just changed his mind because I told him you're energies, man.
No, right.
Trust me, Spence, I'm telling you, brother. Sorry for the language.
No. But I am your brother.
But of course, I felt it.
Yeah.
I said, there's something in this guy. So you never
Yeah,
know.
I'm, you know what I mean? Because originally when the fight was made, that's what I went for. So, and now you're telling me that even more, so I'm going to go for that. I've got Josh Taylor, maybe round 11 stoppage in a wicked fight, if not him on points.
Okay. Remember to like, comment and subscribe to the Stamina for Sale YouTube channel.